Welcome everybody back to the video today. Hey, they announced we're gonna see the collaboration units tomorrow. Fern, Farron, and Stark's gameplay will be shown tomorrow. Now, in terms of the time, they don't really have a time here. If I had to guess, if there was gonna be a time, it will probably be more than likely this time tomorrow. So we should hopefully see them this time tomorrow. So in less than 24 hours time. Cannot wait. Again, collaboration. Oh yeah, I cannot wait for this whatsoever. So now let's talk about speculation in terms of the characters. Again, I'm gonna be honest. It's been a fast 2 weeks. Technically 10 days, if you want to, if you want me to be literal. It's been about 10 days since they did announce the collaboration. Alright, and if you don't know, collaboration does start next week. Next Wednesday is when collaboration does start. But we are seeing the gameplay of the characters tomorrow. That is nice news to know, right? Especially moving forward. Now, we already do know Stark is going to be the free character. If you don't know, right, Stark is going to be the free character, and Fern and Farron are going to be the limited characters. Now, in terms of anything else, that's all we know. That's all we know about these characters, right? But we do know their attributes, so let's talk about it, right? Again, I made a whole video about this already specifically, but this is going to be a little rundown. Let's see. Speculation, right? Stark, Fire Warrior. Honestly, I hope he's just very, very good in terms of PvE. Now, if he's actually good, like in PvP, that's great. That is great. But if we're looking at our last free MO5 character that we did get, or just free, collaboration character in general, it was Ainz. And before that, Ainz, it was, is it Rem? I think it's Rem. No, it's not Rem. I always forget the names. The pink-haired one from Slime. That's the only other free character I remember that's besides Soul Bad Guy from the beginning of the game. Now, Soul Bad Guy, fantastic PvE unit. I liked it. Other one, pink hair from Slime. Actually, not Slime. From, actually, there's two of them. Shuna, and then the other one from ReZero. There you go. Funny enough, they have a lot of pink hair going on. So, Shuna was a free character. And actually, not that bad. She was actually pretty good. Alright? I mean, later she got better as time progressed, but on release she really wasn't the greatest. But again, she got better later on when they did release an EE for her. So, and then obviously the other one, the one from the ReZero collab, that one another PvE unit. So, and Ainz, let's be honest here, our man Ainz took the L. He's very, very, I mean very, 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 very niche. I have to keep saying that because that doesn't mean go pick him. But very rare do you ever use him, if ever. Now, funny enough, I've seen some people use him in Guild War, because funny enough, he actually does work in Guild War. Funny enough, alright? Especially versus the Euphene meta. It was mainly versus the Euphene meta we did see Ainz. Other than that, we haven't seen any Ainz return. I don't think he's ever going to return. So now, in terms of Stark, I just hope and pray he's actually a decent unit. Now, if he's anything like Genesis Rasp, but a little bit weaker, fine by me. Fine by me. But we'll find out. My hopes are low. Keep your expectations low because it is a free character and he is going to be the free one, so my expectations are going to be the highest. But if he's anything good, that's already positive for me, and we'll take it. Even if he's just a PvE slave, I'm fine with it. Make it Expedition. If I have to choose one, make it Expedition, right? But we'll take it, right? We nice. Now let's talk about the two limited characters, which are more than likely going to be good. Now again, before we do continue on, there is a note to know here. For some odd reason, in terms of collaboration units, they're typically good for a couple months, and then they kind of phase out of the meta. Albedo is the only one that's not true, because she's still she was very, very good for a while, even after her, release. But don't really see that many Albedo now. But she's still decent. I still think she's pretty good, right? Shout tier, pretty good versus this evasion meta, especially in Guild War. It's probably where you see the most usage of your Shout tier, right? I use Shout tier a lot in Guild War. In Arena, not whatsoever. RTA, I mean, let's be honest here, Shout tier has a lot to work through in RTA. But honestly, in terms of collaborations, they are holding up quite nicely, given that it's been over a year already, and typically these collaborations, it does phase out. So, again, just keep that in mind. Hopefully these characters are much better for more than a couple months. More than a year, for sure, right? Hopefully, right? So, Farron, hopefully she's going to be a DPS mage. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with both of them. I am hoping they are both DPS mages. They should be DPS mages, just looking at the animations that we are seeing here. I refuse to believe there's going to be a debuff mage in here. If there is, I'll be surprised. But again, if you've seen the anime, you could probably let me know down below who does what in terms of what you're expecting, alright? But for me personally, I am fully expecting either one of these characters or both of them to pretty much be a DPS. Again, they're both mages. Very rare do we ever get mages. So, me seeing a mage already just screams DPS unit or a stripper like Tenebria and any other mage, right? But of course, from what I'm seeing here, literally nothing looks like that it's going to be a strip. Again, I could be wrong, but that's just the way it looks to me. Now, I would love to see some ignored damage share on either one of these units. I do not like how we currently have to rely on a single artifact to kind of ignore Lady of the Scales right now. If there is a time to release a unit that ignores damage share, I would think it's going to be one of these two characters. Now, if they do that, nice. Because again, if you play Arena, if you play Guild War, it's kind of annoying to deal with ignored damage share because there's only so many few characters, or you have to use a thief to basically force it, which is basically BBK. Strictly BBK action, right? If you don't have that artifact, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I wonder how you play the game. Because if you don't have photogenic, it just feels like you kind of have to just stall the match out, drag it on, and beat them down slowly. That's how it feels like I play the game without photogenic. Every time I use Lionheart Sirmia, it literally feels like I have to drag it on for a couple minutes compared to if I could just cleave something with ignored damage share, and it's perfectly fine. So, hopefully, one of these characters, or both, have ignored damage share. That is my hopes from this. Again, we're seeing it in less than 24 hours times now, but that's all I'm really expecting. Now, in terms of artifacts, again, TLDR, I made a whole video about it. Hopefully it's nice to see some new gimmicks. I would like to see or even ignore damage share artifact at this point for mages. Hey, go all out. Go all out with this ignore damage share because Lady of the Scales is literally going to go nowhere. Like, I don't know how they are ever going to be phasing out Lady of the Scales because of just the offering alone being a 70% mit. So, these characters can live on for a very, very long time if they just do that one simple thing. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But other than that, I'm excited for this collaboration. Cannot wait to see what these characters are going to be doing. But hey, I'm going to start the anime very, very soon. Probably within the next couple days to prep myself for the day it does drop. But other than that, let me know down below what you guys think. Especially the ones who've seen the anime. Give me some insight. What do you think the characters are going to be doing? I would love to hear it. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. And again, I'll say it again. Thank you guys for all support. It has been insane. I love you guys. And I will see you guys later on. Peace out.